those brutal teeth of a carnivore to whom they were weapons of aggression. Danger, Shann thought. Danger. Then he raised his hand, and the wolverine shuffled off, heading north. The man followed. They discovered Togi busy in a small cove where a jagged tangle of drift made a map dating from the last high water period. She was finishing a hearty breakfast, the remains of a water rat being buried thriftily against future need after the instincts of her kind. When she was done, she came to Shann, inquiry plain to read in her eyes. There was water here and good hunting, but the site was too close to the Throgs. Let one of their exploring flyers sight them, and the little group was finished. Better cover. That's what the three fugitives must have. Shann scowled, not at Togi, but at the landscape. He was tired and hungry, but he must keep on going. A stream fed into the cove from the west, a guide of sorts. With very little knowledge of the countryside, Shann was inclined to follow that. Overhead, the sun made its usual golden haze of the sky. A flight of vivid green streaks marked a flock of lake ducks coming for a morning feeding. Lake duck was good eating, but Shann had no time to hunt one now. Togi started down the bank of the stream, Taggy behind her. Either they had caught his choice suddenly through some undefined mental contact, or they had already picked that road on their own. Shann's attention was caught by a piece of the drift. He twisted the length free and had his first weapon of his own manufacture, a club. Using it to hold back a low sweeping branch, he followed the wolverines. Within the half hour he had breakfast too, a pair of limp skitterers, their long hind feet lashed together with a thong of grass hung from his belt. They were not particularly good eating, but they were meat and acceptable. The three, man and wolverines, made their way up the stream to the valley wall and through a feeder ravine into the larger space beyond. There, where the stream was born at the foot of a falls, they made their first camp. Judging that the morning haze would veil any smoke, Shann built a pocket-sized fire. He seared rather than roasted the skitterers after he had made an awkward and messy business of skinning them, and tore the meat from the delicate bones in greedy mouthfuls. The wolverines lay side by side on the gravel, now and again raising a head alertly to test the scent on the air, or gaze into the distance. Taggy made a warning sound deep in the throat. Shann tossed handfuls of sand over the dying fire. He had only time to fling himself face down, hoping the drab and weathered cloth of his uniform faded into the color of the earth on which he lay, every muscle tense. A shadow swung across the hillside. Shann's shoulders hunched, and he cowered again. That terror he had known on the ledge was back in full force as he waited for the beam to lick at him, as it had earlier at his fellows. The Throgs were on the hunt. This concludes Chapter 1.